Hello to everyone out there on YouTube. Welcome to my channel. This is my first video. I'm rather excited about it. The hope on this channel is that I'll be sharing from lessons I've learned, lessons I'm learning, and hopefully you'll be able to get one or two tips to improve your life. That is the goal of this channel. The next several videos, I'll be talking about lessons learned from plants, from trees and different types of plants. Personally, I love plants. I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is John Onuminya, and we have different seasons, different fruits. Right now, I get to enjoy boiled corn and boiled granite. We just left mango season. And every time I go past these things, I have to buy them. This is part of the joy of being in a city, living in a country that has such diversity in terms of plants and what we enjoy. When a seed is planted, that tiny seed, when it's put in the soil, the seed absorbs water and it actually breaks open to let the new roots and stem grow. And there's a massive lesson to learn from there. For some of us, we want to achieve so much. If you're watching this video, I like to believe there's a lot you want to achieve with your life, in parenting, in work, in sports, different ambitions. I don't know where you are at this stage in life, but generally we have this hunger to grow and be better. We are designed that way. And what tends to happen that prevents us from achieving what we want to achieve is that we still want to hold on to what we had and who we were before. But the seed gives a beautiful example of how we should actually grow to be that massive, massive tree. And the example in that is that we literally have to die. The old self has to be broken and the new self has to emerge. The same way that seed cracked open when it absorbed water and the new roots and stems started growing from there, we also have to die. Our old self has to die and the new self has to emerge. This raises a few questions. How does my old self die? How does the new self emerge? Very, very important question. And I'll simply state that the way you build a new self, the way you become a new self is through your thoughts, through your imagination. For me personally, this month of September is a month of reshaping who I'm going to become. I have different areas of life I'm looking at. I'm looking at parenting, I'm looking at finances, I'm looking at coaching and being a captain of my volleyball club. I love volleyball. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at where I improve my public speaking, Toastmasters, different areas of my life. I actually have to sit down and imagine who I want to be so that I can become that person. My old self can be let go of and I can become the new person. And I'll just give a few tips to help us in becoming and imagining who we want to become. First off, writing is important. I recommend highly that you actually write who you want to become in different areas. Let's pick one, finances. If we take finances for an example, maybe set a goal, a financial target. There was a book I read 5 years ago or so, and it stated that we should set a financial goal so outrageous that it scares you. Before I read that book, my wife and I, we've been budgeting for years, and it's helped me a lot because I've never made what I would consider an outrageous amount of money. But I've always had more than enough. Ever since I started working, I've always had more than enough. And I must say, budgeting is the root of that. It was a huge blessing when God permitted me to take a course in budgeting. Amazing. When I read that book that stated, set a financial goal, set a target, and let it be outrageous, I had a target. The book said multiply it by 10. I multiplied it by 10. And that scared me. Honestly, I was shaking. The very concept of thinking I want to make this amount of money did not make any sense. And I was so scared to even share with friends and family. But I did. First, when I set that goal, I then started doing some other things. I wrote it down, and every day, morning and night, I would look at that goal. There's a reason for looking at a goal. Some people have recommended, which I would recommend as well, even though I don't do this much. What I did, as I stated, I wrote it down. Morning, when I wake up, I look at my goal. In fact, I'll write out my goals again. Nighttime, I'll look at my goals. Some nights I may write it, but generally in the morning, I wrote my goals out. Some of you, you may be able to, and if you desire to. Write it out and actually keep it with you. Look at it several times a day. What are we trying to achieve? What controls your behavior is not the conscious part of your mind, it's the subconscious part of your mind. The part that controls the habits, the part that is considered the thermostat of your life. Unless your subconscious is programmed to see a new identity and believe something new, you are ultimately going to go back to who you were. Whatever you want to achieve, you want to go on this vacation, you want this new job, you want to have this person in a relationship with you, unless you reprogram yourself to believe this is the new you, you're not going to consistently act in a manner that complements that. That is why imagination is key, and you have to use your imagination to reprogram yourself to create this new identity, what some people have called your future self. It's very important. And as the tree showed that example, the process of creating yourself, which takes time, by the way. I know we like to rush some things. If done really well, you may do it faster than other people that are not consistent, that don't attempt it, but it will still take time. And I highly recommend, before you delve into anything, this is a very important investment. You must become the person that is able to do the actions and ultimately get the results that you want to see. You must crack that old shell, let go of your past self, and become your future self through the power of the imagination. Remember, the roots and the stem actually came out from within the seed when it broke and died and transformed from the seed we usually see. Similarly, whatever is going to manifest, whatever we're going to see, must come from within you. Create that time to program your new self. And I don't know, think about it. Maybe you've never thought about this before, but the different areas of your life, any area you consider to be important, it could be listed in marriage, family life, work life. It could be listed in this company, finances. Set whatever headings you want to have and begin to create the person you want to become in those areas. The alternative, of course, is don't do this. Let life take you wherever it wants to take you. We'll drift in any direction. The problem with that is where life takes you may not be where you want to go. We don't exactly hear positive news of this person that didn't plan their life, they were not intentional, and they suddenly had an amazing marriage. They were among the 1% financially, they were able to spend a lot of time with their family. Generally, that doesn't happen. How life works usually is that entropy is what guides our system. Entropy being everything tends towards disorder. Things generally do not get better, they decay unless you bring an external force. That external force must be intentional if you want to go in the direction you would be happy with, direction that you are excited about, a direction that in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, because of what you decide now, you'll actually be amazed at how much you achieve, usually surpassing what we can even think about. So I encourage you, from this small lesson that the plan shows us, die to your old self, create a new self, spend time actually seeing this new self, spend time writing, thinking, reading about this new self, being around people that will tell you and encourage you about the beauty of becoming that person, so that over time you believe you're that person. Once you believe who you are, then that small root and stem can come out and start growing, and we start seeing you taking the same actions over and over again, and we start seeing more results before you become that person you've always dreamed of. Hopefully you've gotten some tips, 1, 2, 3, or reminders to help you better serve yourself and serve the people around you, because I believe wholeheartedly we're designed to love and serve people. That is what we should be doing. I intend to post a video every week from Monday to Friday on lessons learned from trees or plants and how we can improve our lives. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think about this. If there are things you've been learning from plants as well, share them. Maybe I can expand on them. Maybe I can learn from them. Thank you for watching the video. I do not take your time for granted. Till next time, take care. Bye.